Hello, and what is going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for round 2 in test season 3 of the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup on GT7. After we participate from round 1 in Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit to have a good competition opportunity start to be in the Gr.4 class, to have 630 performance points includes to have a single pit stop to be in the mandatory. Some of us that you did a good job to do one pit stop, some of us don't who haven't, because it might end up to be having a result in the 1 minute penalty. We'll have to go for another chance to do some 5 race entry will be available at the time. So speaking of which, the update might be quite turns out to be differently to be on the time schedule. So here we are right now to be on 21 hour before entered on to 22 to be in the final race entry. The next day is going to be on Trial Mountain for the final race is now moving on in round 3 after we took part in round 2. So keep an eye out, folks. The time schedules might be quite going different this time before we could probably have to take one event for another to be in the Manufacturers Cup. For round 2, we are racing at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps to be in the 24-hour layout to have 12 laps for the number of players up to 16 in the formation start time for the Group 3 class. We'll be ready to go to have 5 choices of the racing tires will be checked and good to go to be on the regulation. BOP/tuning forbidden is now turned on to be specified for every car settings. Every kinds of different icons will be set to be turned on as well, along with the mechanical damage, and even for some garage car is now available for use. For only one sponsored vehicle, and that means any kinds of Group 3 cars will be enabled to be participate at any time to be well selected. By have 2 Corvette C7 Group 3 to have the same UDRS InSportec livery is now labeled in to be on type of the icon. But looks like this is going to be a very good practice after I took for an excellent investigation to have a good look on the pit lane entry before I'm about to have a one quick time to be in the free mode. So let's go and join in session to be in the lobby and keep a good check on the BOP regulation, because it's going to be a no mandatory requirement is now featured in round 2. Do your best out there, folks. Let's see how the excellent racing competition to be in the 24-hour track layout in Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. If you're new to my YouTube channel, go and click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Feel free to enjoy it anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the race, and let's begin. We are entered in the halfway mark in test season 3 of the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup is about to go on in round 2 in Spa-Francorchamps. Here's for the drivers to have the first place to be going in. Second place is the Nissan GTR, followed by third place Speedstar GT99. Fourth place Rodrigo Alcalces in the Ford GT. Ribengel in fifth place. Friskers in 6th place in the BMW M6 GT3 Endurance. Tech GT is here in 7th place. Roxa HTO 68 in 8th place. Guardrail Lover is here in 9th place. 10th place Dune City Per Ebb in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3. Here's myself in 11th place with the UDRS InSportec. Jed T. Gill in 12th place in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1. User12464 is here in 13th place. Last place driver is CTR in the Porsche 911 RSR. Alright, looks like we have the first and second place driver is here once again. And our man Ugon in Badr Ganoush is now entered to be in the number 1 and 2 spot. So starting grid is now going in rolling start formation to be in the straightaway before entered in turn 1. So better get ready. The 24-hour track layout in Spa-Francorchamps is going to be a very good, proud moment to have 2 conditions will start up to be in the rain. 3 seconds, and here we go. Let's get the show on the road to have today's forecast. We'll be having a slightly chance percentage of rain will be going in to be underway. Round 2 in test season 3 of the 2022 series of the Gran Turismo World Series Manufacturers Cup is about to go, challenging to be in the high speed to be in the asphalt with a wet surface. Good luck and do your best. Always keep on racing to stay clean. After doing a successful grueling start to have a nice excellent effort, and here comes turn number 7 to be on the way, and we got some contact out there to be going off the track. Ribagel in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept is slowing down before several drivers is now proceed forward to take turn 9 until entered onto turn 10 will proceed forward to be in the inside. The handling is going to get much intermediate to be in the wet surface, so I hope several drivers will be put up to be in the different compound racing tires to be well slicked up. So now looks like Speedstar GT99 is now currently to be in the number 3 spot to catch up to Badr Ganoush and Arman Ugon in the Jaguar F-Type Group 4, and a different manufacturer brand is now currently to be in the 2nd spot. But it also comes in to have some excellent grueling strategy to be well determined to be. Oh boy, looks like there goes. A contact is now going in to be on the 13 at the campus, and there's User12464 in the Subaru WRX Group 3, followed by Jet Tigreau in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 to have the penalty to be well affected to have the different time. So let's go forward to take sector 3. Gonna have to go on the inside and take the 16 to press forward to be in the slipstream because the rain surface is about to get windshield upped. There we go. Insportec is now currently in the number 12 to catch up to Aston Martin in 11th place. Here comes the rain, you guys. The first 6 laps is about to be very challenging to go hard and make sure to have some Racing Rain compound tires to be well in case of the handling. And oh boy, looks like there goes the contact. This cannot be good. That's definitely might be going crazy out there to be on turn 19 and 20. And oh man, looks like Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 just barely lose control by having a spin out to proceed in the end of lap number 1 before entered in lap number 2. Insportec is now going in to take the progression to have the main goal to be well achieved to master and race in the 24-hour track layout of Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps to be in round 2 of the Manufacturers Cup. So let's go take on turn 3, 4, and 5 to be in the Redalion Iral Rouge. Very good. And looks like Dune City Pro F is now currently in 0.4 seconds behind in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3. There he is right now. Dune City Pereb is now going in to take the chase at UDRS in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3. Going in and take the inside on turn 7 after the Camel Straight. Turn 8 correctly. Now gonna have to do a slow position at the inside on turn 9. Short straightaway to be on the downhill steep to be at turn 10. This got to be very perfect to be part of the racing highlights to be in the halfway mark in test season 3. We'll be doing the best moment until the deadline is going to be on the expiration date to have my absent from round 3 to be in the final round. But of course, for any Gran Turismo players who have been well active to be on the PlayStation Membership Plus, we'll be continuing on to be part in the competition at the end of test season 3 in the Manufacturers Cup towards the end before moving on in the Nations Cup. But it's going to be a lot of fun out there to be on the rain condition to be in the first part of the 6 laps in this track. And there's CTR in the Porsche 911 RSR Type 991 2017 is slowing down to be in the 14 at the campus. Insportec might have to take a good moderation turn, And there's Guardrail Lover is now going in, while Dunes Pity City Per Ebb is now currently in the number 7 spot. Okay, let's go. Looks like the surface is going to get much increased by the amount. Weather radar is now going well checked to be on low surface. That should be the only ticket way to use the intermediate racing tires. Will be step things up to go higher. And we have one driver is now losing control at the grip at turn 19 and 20 in the chicane. Probably coming in from behind, it's N. Armin Ugon in the Jaguar F-Type Group 3, followed by the next driver is now entered to be in the pits is Spotter Ganoush to be putting up with the medium racing compound tires in the Nissan GT-R Nismo GT3 2013. Here goes lap number 3 after taking lap number 2 to be in the fastest lap. And here's Friskers to be in 2 minutes and 33.24 seconds in second place. Followed by Speedstar GT99 is now entered in the lead until drops down onto second place by Friskers to be in the lead. Here we go. Looks like the lineup surface is going to get much rough out there whenever we have to go moderation to be in the intermediate racing tires. Keep pushing forward. 3 laps down, only 9 more to go. On to the last second, UDRS in Sportec is going right in to be on the offense strategy to be well maintained on the ropes on Dune City Per Ebb in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3. In Sportec, however, could probably have to stay on track while Rodrigo Alcaces in position 7 is now going right in to take the offense, and there goes the late braking onto turn 10. Good call for Sportec to have a good, excellent exercise caution from incoming drivers from behind. Concentration is the key, and that's how one Ford GT race car in the Spec 2 version is now currently to be on the high chase. Gonna have to take turn 12 to press on to be in the Pauhan. Very good. FR takes a good, excellent, clean step to be well moderate. And the Ford GT will have to be patient before going right back onto the campus in turn 13 and 14. Better watch yourself. The radar might have to do the one easy step to stay on track at the end of Sector 2 before moving on again in Sector 3. Watch your pace. One Corvette will be blocking in on the defense to take a grueling struggle to take the right turn on 16 before enter to be on the curved straightaway towards 17. So now this is going to be doing much brilliant to see how the top 5 drivers is actually to be coming along very nicely to be part in this kind of a good today's weather condition forecast is going to get much rougher out there for having 30% chance of rain. But the road surface at the track start is going to be well determined to be in the low percentage between 9%. So now, just gonna have to stay in and keep going on to have the traction control to be well stabled. Rodrigo Alcaces in the Ford GT race car Spec 2 version is now currently to stay on the chase at Sportec in lap number 4. 2 minutes and 33.24 seconds on Friskers is currently in the lead, followed by Speedstar GT99 is now going well behind to be well defended, until Braytech GT is now going in to take the hard push of the offense after taking turn 3 to be part of the Al Rouge. There you go. That's the ticket on to the perfect line connection before moving on into turn 6 at the Camel Straight. We'll go back again. 13 drivers are left standing around in Spa-Francorchamps in a 24-hour track layout. Folks, this race is going to be very perfectly to be part in the highlights to be momentarily to be in the replay. But the development process to have this part of the video segment could probably have to do some shared moments to be on the replay if you guys really have to watch it on my GT7 profile to see some replay shared content. So let's go and take turn 10 to catch up onto Dune City Per Ebb in about 1.9 seconds to go increase up the gap to catch up to Roxa HTO 68 in 4th place from Brazil. Rodrigo Alcaces has the opportunity to get closer to Sportec, but UDRS doesn't stand a chance to have a good moderation to stay well intermediate to be struggle between the car and the wet surface is doing some struggle moments until we have to wait until 6 laps will be remaining until the rain stop. That's how the main key is going to have to be patient until the bright and sunny day will come. Very good on the campus. Now gonna have to go harder to take the right turn in 15. Going up onto sector 3 to be in the 16th turn. There you go. Insportec is stay on the line of sight to have a well increased gap distance, is going further away from Dune City Perab in the slow disadvantage. But not to mention, because turn number 17 until passes up onto the 18 is going to get much quicker before Rodrigo is about to get closer in. But there goes the skies. This will might have the clouds will be moving in until several drivers will be proceed entered onto the pits by putting up the different tire compound will be well able to use. There's Roxa HDO 68 in the Subaru WRX Group 3 enter the pits to have the lineup inside formation to take turn 1 to be in the long extended pit lane entry to be coming in onto the 24-hour spot position where many crew drivers are also to be well called in to be putting up with some tires to be all set and good to go. So here comes lap number 5, folks. Keep it up. This race is going to get much perfect out there to be ended up onto the halfway mark. But Rodrigo Alcázar in the Ford GT race car LM Spec 2 version is now going right in from behind and take the contact as he goes on to be forward to be in the Camo straight. Here comes turn 7. Better be careful. Sector 2 is going to get on to be in the yellow zone to be exercise caution. Brilliant work. And here we have Armin Ugon in the Jaguar F-Type Group 3 is now taking the fastest lap in 2 minutes 31.529 seconds to be ended up here on position 8. Very faster out there for one Peruvian GT racer can actually have to take the challenge to be well suitable to see how several racers can actually have to beat his lap time to become much average and will struggle to be in the wet surface to be putting up with the intermediate racing tires. But still goes on to have the excellent battle to be in lap number 5 before going up to be in the 6th lap to be entered in the halfway mark. Braytech GT is now staying in to be currently on the number 3 spot to be well ongoing to catch up to the 2nd place driver. Speedstar GT99 is staying right up ahead to be well focused to be on the lane gap distance to be putting up. But there might be some several drivers are driving around to be on the half course of the track is going to get much rough out there to be well handled to be in the wet surface in the track. But here comes Rodrigo in the Ford GT LM Race Car Spec 2 is taking the right side to be on the side-by-side formation. Will Insportec can actually have to be well handled to take the 17 to 18. But giving one more space, and there it goes. There you go. Looks like that might have a good, excellent lineup call to be well put up. And the braking point to be at turn 19 at the chicane before moving on to enter in turn 20. Stay at it. Looks like Ford GT LM race car is now staying on the offense while BMW takes the pit stop to be putting up to have a medium intermediate tires to be well used to choose to be right back onto the slick tire type to be well category. Halfway there, folks. Lap number 6. Here we come, and we're only have 6 more to go remaining. That's a very good, stunning, remarkable moment to be in round 2 of the Manufacturers Cup, but still gets a lot of further game out there to have some successful racing GT moments. It looks like Rodrigo Alcázar in the Ford GT LM Race Car Spec 2 is staying well behind on Insportec in position number 4. Second round is doing correctly to be in a no mandatory requirement after round 1 at Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit for the Gr.4 class to be well put up to have a 1 mandatory requirement in 630 performance points is now well enabled to be included. But of course, having a hard work without having a 1-minute penalty takes a lot of racing responsibility, just like tire requirement change is going to have to do a method. but one pit stop is also to be well reminder, but I still remember to be end up in 1 minute penalty from the last video. Just gonna stay on track and stay well defended in position 4 for Team UDRS in Sportec in the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3, while 4GT Ellen Race Car Spec 2 stays behind in the line of sight to be on the offense to be well maintained. There you go. Now gonna have to go well concentrated. Weather radar is now turned off to be well putting up with some wet surface because the rain stopped. Clouds are moving around to have the clear skies will be coming in at any time before the bright and sunny day will be giving a good place to shine. And there we go. 0.4 seconds for 4GT is now going up to be on the offense to gang up. And in Sportec will have to take the 18 to be on the left turn to be quicker and doing a daring risk to be entered onto turn number 19 and 20 at the chicane. But here it goes. One car at a time and take the inside. Stay on it. In Sportec might have the TCS is always meant to be turned on before entered onto lap number 7. But here it comes. 5 more laps to go by the remaining until we will have to get closer onto the top 3 position. Turn 1 is doing well clear. Now let's go straight away to take turn 2 to enter in the Medallion Iral Rouge. Very good. And turn 3, 4, and 5 successful. Now we have Guardrail Lover's lap time to be updated in 2 minutes 28.385 seconds is now currently in the number 8 spot to beat one of the Peruvian GT players in the Jaguar F-Type Group 3 is now well beaten and catch up to take another chance. So that makes Guardrail Lover is now going up to be on the offense to catch up to Roxa_HTO68 in position 7, followed by Fiskers in 6th place. So meanwhile, Rodrigo Alcácer in the 4GT Ellen race car Spec 2 is now taking the opportunity after having a slight close effort for Sportec to stay on the wet surface, and there we go. 4th place for the 4GT race car Ellen Spec 2 version from Gran Turismo 4 is now entered in the number 4 spot. So that makes Sportec is now going in to take the offense to be well put up onto the high pace. But here comes Fixers in position 6. Gonna have to keep up and go quicker to be on the hard defense to stay on the line. It's a 3-car showdown to be in the battle for 4th place is about to go underway, folks. And here we have Badr Ganoush to take the lap time to beat Guardrail's Lovers is 2 minutes 23.744 seconds. Incredible. So very good and well patient to be faster to have a one suitable racing slick tire to be on the category compound type whenever it depends on the hard, medium, or soft. But once again, the side-by-side kicks off and BMW M6 GT3 Endurance model is now entered in the number 5 spot. 4GT takes the 19th turn at the chicane to catch up and coming in to be on the right direction to take the 20 until lap number 7 towards the end before moving on to take lap number 8. Roxa HDO68 is staying further up ahead for only 25 seconds to be in the length of the gap for Sportec to take position 6. But heads up, late breaking point to be earlier to have a close call because the hard challenges will be doing the similarities to be part in Super License as you may ever remember from the final exam. Ford and BMW is now going up to take turn 3, 4, and 5 and passes on to be in the side-by-side to enter in turn 6 at the Camel Straight. Rodrigo is now dropping down in position 5 while BMW takes 4th place to be on excellent push to take turn 7 to be entered on to be in sector 2. But there's UDRS Sportec is now taking a high view of sight to have a good check on the 4GT Ellen race car Spec 2. Currently as it goes, but the mid-engine layout to be passed on to be at turn 10 is going to get slower out there to be on the inside of the apexes. And oh boy, looks like the yellow flag signal just called in. That's not good. this is definitely not good to see it. Its Gr.4 GT is dropping down onto position 5 in the Mazda RX Vision GT3 concept with a Stealth Model Edition. That makes a very good call. I checked to see one driver have barely made a slight mistake for the instant replay. Let's have a good look while the gameplay is still resumed to be well effect. Alright, looks like that makes perfect sense to see how it happens. Gr.4 GT just barely did it best out there and almost had a good chance to stay on in position 3 by losing control of the grip. So that makes 4 seconds to be going increase for Team UDRS Insportec, and the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 3 will be proceed in the number 5 spot. But almost passed by 50% remaining on the fuel gauge, so let's keep our eyes checked to see how the top 4 drivers is now currently to be well able in use. Alright, looks like this makes about 3 drivers to be taking turn 20 at the chicane. Insportec has to be very careful to stay steady and slower. That's more like it. Looks like Rodrigo is entered the pits by putting up the hard intermediate racing green tires, is now going in to take the long extended pit. Lap number 9, here we go, and we have 2 drivers are entered the long extended pit lane in the 24-hour track layout. We'll be moving on to have a slight cutscene whenever you guys have to see it. It takes a long patience to be passed through onto the forecourse section at the pit lane before entered onto turn 1 at the hairpin before you can enter onto the tradition spot to be in the 24-hour position. But it takes 2 sessions of the pit stop is also to be well patient and longer as it meant to be, just like the Nürburgring and Le Mans to be having some different variation at the pit stop to do a different cutscene. So now when it comes in to have Insportec to be entered on position 4 for only 3 more cars to go in 31 seconds to be in the length of the gap. Lap number 9, here we go. Let's keep it up for only 3 more laps remaining until this race is about to be over soon. It's very long and very challenging to be well put up onto the wet surface to be on the asphalt. With some good dry conditions, is going to have to stay well directed. Go higher to take the risk. UDRS Insportec has to use it wisely. We'll have to continue on to be in lap number 10, or just gonna have to take 1 pit stop. Will be available by the choice whenever have to go right back to be in the slick category between the hard, medium, and soft. So let's do this. Insportec is now going rush to be in forward to be at 17 seconds to catch up to Dune City Per Ev in position number 3 at the bronze. But looks like Badr Ganoush is now going faster and quicker simultaneously in about 11 seconds to be in the length of the gap. Total lap time is 2 minutes 18.698 seconds is now well achieved to be faster. But if Insportec can actually have to stay on it to be using with the intermediate racing tires, that would be the perfect time to go in onto the pit stop after the rain stop. So here it is. Insportec will make the perfect call to enter the pit entry to be going longer and extended to be passed on to the full course section before entering onto the 24-hour section. So now let's see how the cutscene will go on. Let's see how the perfect spot to be at turn 1 to be put up onto the barrier. Alright, excellent work. Next scene coming in. UDRS Insportec have entered the 24-hour track layout for the first time to have a different cutscene view. And there's Guardrail Lover in the Subaru WRX Group 3 is now entered as well. Refuel time is now going in to take the call. And there you go. Little extra fuel and proceed by having a pit exit. Will be coming out to be on the photo line formation to have a good excellent direction instead of turn 3, 4, and 5 at the Medallion Iral Rouge. So let's get in there. Stay on the formation to be on a good lineup without having an auto drive. Correction is successful. Now let's continue on to be in lap number 10 for only 2 more to go. 13 cars left standing to be in the lobby, folks. I bet the wet surface is still out there, while having some further dry surface is now taking a chance. But I mean, it's going to be a bright and sunny day for having the next 6 laps. We'll be on the late afternoon condition, folks. But goodness, for having 6 laps around in the rain surface at Spa-Francorchamps is going to be a hard work to be on the intermediate. Racing rain tires is going to have to step things up to go well concentrated. But several lobbies might be quite put up to be in the heavy wet is a very tough time to be in the patient efforts. So now let's go and take on for some several drivers while UDRS Insportec is dropped down automatically to be in position number 10. To get closer at the end of round 2 to be in the Manufacturers Cup, we'll be at the halfway mark before the final race. We'll be set in schedule to be at Trial Mountain. But I can't wait to race at Trial Mountain to be in the Manufacturers Cup. Just like High Speed Rank back from Test Season 2 is doing a good, well challenging to be in the rain course to go intermediate. But still, but anyone's game. Total lap time to be well distanced up in 1 minute and 11 seconds to be in the total gap distance, while Fisker is in the lead, followed by Speedstar GT99 in second place. Dune City Per Ebb is still in position number 3, and several drivers have already proceeded and passed forward on to turn 19 and 20 at the chicane. Let's see how several drivers will might have to keep an eyes checked to see how the lineup is doing. Lap number 11 we go. 1 more lap to go, folks. This race is going to get nearly there to take the checker flag for Friskers for having a number 1 spot. But there might become sin to have some several length of the drivers will be suitable to be on the endurance run without having a mandatory requirement. Take turn 3, 4, and 5 we go. Still getting closer onto CTR in the Porsche 911 RSR in position 9. Take turn 7, 8 through 9 to be at the Les Combes. That one might have to do an excellent running job out there to see Group 3 cars can also to be putting up with a forward time condition on the Belgian racing circuit. Just like World Endurance Championship to be in the 6-hour endurance along with a 24-hour endurance event. But that is going to be so much incredible to have the real-time condition will go forward to be in the 24-minute track. But only in Gran Turismo 6 it might be well referenced to be in the 24 minutes of Spa. But it was a lot quicker and better to see how good you are can also have to be racing around in the Belgian racing circuit in the game. But here's the sun, you guys. That makes a perfect bright and sunny day, and the dry surface will be going in to be well put up to have so many cars since racing around for several laps yet to go. And now here it comes. One of the top 3 drivers have already made it onto the final lap until Friskers will become a number 1 winning spot in round 2 of the Manufacturers Cup. Speedstar GT99 is still currently in the number 2 spot, along with Badr Ganoush have already made it on to position number 3 by the overtake. But here comes for having some slight lineup out there after taking turn 19 and 20 at the chicane. But no call at the pit stop, but that means it will be having 1 stop available, just like the mandatory requirement at circuit from the Group 4 race. And here comes Raxa HDO 68 is now being overtaken and left the lobby for only 1 last final entry to move on to take the next race by tomorrow. So much having a hard race out there to be in the 24-hour track of Spa-Francorchamps, you guys. We can still got this. We can still learn and doing well achieved just like the full course layout. But looks like CTR is having a hard time to be on the yellow flag signal. We'll be closing in simultaneously in about 3 seconds. Up ahead forward before Insportec will might have one last push to take turn 7 before enter again onto sector 2. 2 more sectors to go, and we're currently to be reached up forwards. Looks like Frisker is now going in to take the high chance to be well suitable to be on the duration to be on the Balanced Mobility Group 3 race. And there you go for the last update. Badr Ganoush is entered on position 2, followed by Rodrigo Alcaces in the Ford GT LM race car. Spec 2 is entered in the number 3 spot. Things might be going well out there, viewers. 2 cars is now going in to take the battle for second place. We'll be on the high road to take the final stretch until turn 19 and turn 20 at the final stretch. And there it goes by the early. It's Fricksters takes the win at the number 1 podium in the 24-hour track of Spa-Francorchamps to be as the winner in round 2 of the 2022 series of the Manufacturers Cup Test Season 3, you guys. What in the most excellent Spa-Francorchamps race to see Frisker take the podium for having a gold position at the win. Now that's competition, you guys. Now that's a wonderful competition to see Friskers takes a good, excellent win to be at the number 1 spot. Everybody have made it in onto the finish line after taking turn 19 and 20. So that makes Rodrigo Alcaces finish in 3rd place along with Badr Ganoush in 2nd place. And now CTR is now going in to take the final stretch along with Insportec is going to get closer to have one last push. Dry surface is all good, and there you have it. Whew. I guess my eyes are about to have some tears out there, viewers, but I'm not crying. It's all about having some major expression that I just really want to see some good racing action in Gran Turismo 7. So, we have ourselves a winner, you guys. Fricksters in a BMW M6 GT3 Endurance Model 2016 takes the win. Badr Ganoush in the Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 takes 2nd place. And also to have the Ford GT LM race car Spec 2 is having a 3rd position at the finish. Good job, folks. Way to be well challenging to be in the 24-hour layout of Spa-Francorchamps includes for the pit lane entry to be well extended. So now, putting up with some price, and 70 miles distance is going to be added up onto 14 to be up to 140. Good race, folks. Very good race and a job well done. Replay to be saved to be part of the highlights, and congratulations to Friskers, Badr Ganoush, and Rodrigo Alcaces. Just giving one more moment to be on the type. Alright, and send. That was a hard work, you guys. That was a most finest miracle hard work racing in Spa-Francorchamps in the 24-hour track layout. So that's how round 2 is going to be complete and finished at the end to have a scheduled time in 10:51 p.m. So looks like today is April 30th. But that's good. Only one more race to go, and that means Trial Mountain is coming up for the next race to be back on board to the Gr.4 class. We'll be putting up mandatory. Just like the pit stop available to be labeled as a mandatory from Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit to be suitable in 630 performance points. But I'll make sure I'll have to do my best to take mandatory requirements is going to be doing some hard work and doing some main chances to do some main goal. Well, folks, round 2 at the end of April is finished, And now we're moving on in round 3 for the final race at the end of test season 3 in the Manufacturers Cup of the 2022 series. Is going to be on May 1st for tomorrow. We'll be racing at the Trial Mountain Circuit. One of the 3 legendary Gran Turismo racetrack we'll be putting up to be in the Gr.4 class is about to go on to have a required tire type will be featured to be putting up with the medium racing compound tires will be on the regulation, along with a minimum of pit stop will be available by 1. BOP/tuning forbidden is on. Car settings will be specified to be on the BOP regulation. But I can't wait to be ready to go for having a final race, and there's also to have a bad news. But I won't be competing in round 3 because of the requirement to be using with the PlayStation Membership Plus. But I'll make sure I'll have to figure out if I could probably have to get back in action for the competition until the 2022 series of the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup will be starting out on May 1st because it's already here right now. Alright, looks like April is finished and now we are moving in to the month of May. Let's go back to the garage and help myself to use a 1-star roulette ticket since I have received for today's daily workout to be on the marathon. So let's do this. 1 star to receive this gift and go for the prize. Okay, looks like I just finally got myself another Subaru BRZ STI Sport 2018. Very good, and another prize card to be received. It's gonna be a perfect lucky day to have a 1-star roulette ticket by a good rarity chance by 1%. That's more like it. Black color, crystal silica is a very good type to be stored in onto the garage. Another prize car ever since from the National 8 license is doing well perfectly. So I'll make sure the next day is going to get much better this time for having another kind of roulette ticket if I could probably had to go for a different car. So now, let's get ready to wrap this up and I'll have to upload 2 videos from round 1 and 2 of the Manufacturers Cup before I'll have to get settled in to do some ideas before I'm about to continue on to be in the full walkthrough. Thank you for watching on my video in Gran Turismo 7 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notifications on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. And don't forget to follow me on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Instagram, GT Planet, Twitter, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7 and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.